Welcome to the practice of recovery. Yes, we're all recovering from some sort of physicalities, mind stuff. And this practice is for all of you willing and wanting to get to know your physical body more, yet from the perspective of mindfulness. What is that? That is where you actually check in consciousness. That's you. You're conscious. So, for example, I am the Teresa here, and I'm watching, I'm viewing. I'm the one looking through the eyes at the self in the mirror, seeing what I see, feeling what I feel, creating what I'm creating. And yet, we have this thing called free will to do as we please. And most often, we are not doing well with that. We're harming ourselves. And that's not a judgment, that's an observation. Most human beings today are harming themselves with negative thinking, not breathing healthfully, meaning they're just staying up here, and anxiety and fear. And we all know that anxiety and fear lead to dis-ease. Okay, so when we're able to breathe in fully into the fullness of our gut, and that's what we're going to do right now. So come and sit with me. And just be very aware of the fullness of your breath. Hi, I'm Teresa Gagnon, your yoga guide. And from now on in, these practices are just that. A couple of minutes of your time in your day to come home to this wonderful big vessel and love and nourish it. So your lungs are huge. They go from your collarbone to your false ribs, right up to here. That's how big they are. You want to breathe into them fully, because when you fill yourself with complete, full, oxygenated lungs, then the heart goes, hello, happy, happy, happy. Then all your major organs are happy. So the first thing when it comes to yoga practice is to be mindfully breathing fully. That's it. That's it. And then you could go home, or you can stop this video. As long as you're breathing fully, boom, and you're in it. So let's do this. See how I went with my shoulders up? Let's not move the shoulders and move the belly instead. Okay? See the difference? Feel the difference. Close your eyes. Visualize your lungs expanding the fullness of your ribcage, front, side, and back. And allow that the lungs fill so much that the diaphragm moves and the belly protrudes like Buddha belly. And when you exhale, you cinch in the waist using your abdominal muscles to devoid all of the toxic oxygen and carbon dioxide that gets stuck in your diaphragm. And it does. It literally does. Okay? So allowing yourself this time, these next minutes, literally just a couple of minutes out of your life to do this. Consciously breathing. If seated does not feel comfortable for you because your back is giving you some grief today, and it will. It's not your back doing it, it's your whole being. So you can lay down and do it as well. You can bend your knees and you can breathe into your belly just like that. You can even place a block onto your belly so that you're experimenting and feeling a little bit more tactile stuff, right? So giving yourself permission to belly breathe. That's the beginning of our practice today. You can make audible sounds. Just slowing it down. One of my favorite practices is to just sit 2 simple short breaths of in-breath, and then make your exhalation really long. And it doesn't have to be through the mouth, it could be through the sinuses. In through the sinuses, 2 simple breaths. Keep it simple. Couple more. Just like that. Fantastical. And then for those that are still seated and those that are laying down, let's come together in a seat just for a moment. So that if you're laying down, come back up into a seat just for a moment. And then let's bring your hands together, and you can sit on your bolster. Have your props around you, your blanket, your bolster. And take a moment to reflect on, why are you here on the mat? And your mind is probably chattering, and it does. It's because you've programmed yourself to think, I like and I don't like. And what yoga is about is bringing everything together and dissolving the like and I don't like, and just becoming one with the experience of what's coming in, and being neutral in a sense of appreciation and gratitude for everything. Like, it's raining. I'm happy it's raining. I'm not sad because it's raining, because I'm neutral. When it's sunny, everybody's saying, oh, it's sunny, it's sunny, it's sunny. I'm so happy, I'm so happy. But what happens when it rains, which rains a lot now? So you get sad. That's not cool, right? Why not just appreciate the fact that it's raining and wear snugly warm clothes and, do things differently, and be very grateful for the fact that you're alive. That's the point of yoga, mindfulness. It's bringing what is yucky and yummy and not segregating, but yet dissolving those programs. I like that, so I'll hold on to that. I don't like that, so I'll resist that. Instead, no resisting and no holding on, and just be in the now moment. That's what yoga is. Be here now, not then or there. Here. Okay? So in this practice, we are going to move the body. Feel here now what our body's feeling. Not, oh, my old injury, my bad knee. No bad knee, no old injury. I feel my knee as it is now. What can I do for it now? Do you get what I'm saying? Thank you. I hope you hear me. So for this practice, sitting up nice and tall, let's just open up those beautiful arms of yours. You could take your left leg out in front so we're all on the same page. Left leg out in front and your cross leg. Open up your arms really brightly, and then start to reach them forward and cat your back round your spine. I'll do a little sideways profile for you. Actually, it's better if you do come off your bolster. So you open up your arms really wide so your chest pops forward. Think about this as cow back. And then when you exhale, you round your spine, tuck your forehead in towards the notch of your throat or your sternum, so that's known as cat back. And then you in-breath and you take it forward again. If your arms are uncomfortable being higher than your shoulders, take them lower. So that's an in-breath and an out-breath. You can make it audible. Just like that. 2 more. Slowing it down to the breath. And then coming into a neutral spine and then shimming around in your shoulders. Now let's take it shins back behind you. I have a double up mat, so it's really comfortable for my knees. If you need a yoga blanket underneath your knees, I'm going to move sideways. So this is going to be your right, that's going to be your left. I'm going to come onto all fours on my yoga mat. We're going to do the same thing we just did seated, but laying or in tabletop. So bring your hands as wide as your yoga mat, and then start to playfully move through your cat-cow. So again, it's that forehead tucks in towards your sternum as you press the spine towards the sky. That's an exhale. The in-breath, allow the belly to protrude, the shoulder blades to come down your spine, and to extend the head and the neck. And play with it back and forth a couple more rounds. And today I would love to dance in the shoulder girdle, giving ourselves some expansion, some contractions, some eccentric movement. And anybody with shoulder injuries, I understand, so you have to do what you can do. And then let's sit back onto our toes, so we get a little stretch on our toes after that cat-cow. And then allow that your heart lifts up and roll your shoulders. So you're sitting on your toes just to get the toes activated. Now come back into your tabletop. And right now what we're going to do is just root down through the right hand and then reach up through the left arm and give yourself a twist. So you can move your bum back towards your heels if that feels more, say, abundant for you to open up your chest, more optimal. So wave that left arm around. Again, if your left shoulder does not move above the left arm does not move above the shoulder due to flexion issues, then fine, just take it a little further down. Feel that? Notice that you're sitting on your toes pretty much, or you can be up higher. Feel the opening of your chest towards the sky, and then exhale, switch hands. So left hand goes down, tone the belly button in, round the spine, and open up through the right shoulder girdle. Move your jaw around, move your head around, get right into that area. Oh yeah, there it is. Good. And then exhale and release your right hand. Now let's plug into both hands as wide as your yoga mat and lift the knees. Press the floor away, secure your hands, turn your elbow creases to face your index finger and thumb, and then just pause there with your knees hovering. Lift that belly button up and just breathe there as you feel the strength of your arms pressing the floor away. Good. And then exhale, release the knees, extend the left leg straight back. Rev up on the balls of your foot so you can feel your calf lengthen. And then cross the left leg all the way over towards and past the right side of your mat. I'm going to have to get another colored mat on here, aren't I? So that you guys have a better visual, because I know this black mat doesn't really kind of serve for my outfit. So from here, we're going to find a little bit of a twist, a lot of a twist actually. Press the floor away with your hands and hover the left knee off the mat. Keep your neck neutral. So as you do that, you're strengthening your upper thoracic spine. And yes, your wrists may feel this. And that right knee's hovered up off the mat. And you're going to lift your bum up towards the sky. Let your head hang between your upper arms. Bend both knees, lift your heels, and just wave around in your pelvis. Wave around in your pelvis. Swing it from side to side. Then on your next in and out breath, you're going to bring your shoulders back over your wrists. Lower the right knee. Secure the left hand. And lift the right hand up. Lift the right arm up. And once again, move your neck around and your right shoulder girdle so that you can feel free in your collarbone, that you can breathe. I like to tuck my tailbone down, knit the belly button in, and open up that right side of the body. Feel that. Beautiful work. Then on your next exhalation, release the right hand, extend the left leg straight back, bend the left knee, open it up to the left, and bring it up into your armpit and squeeze it for 5, for 4, spread your toes for 3, 2, and then extend it straight back. Hold it there. So at the height of your hip, knit that belly button in, and then take your right arm up off the mat and reach it out to the right and feel the length of your spine here by knitting the belly button and keeping your neck neutral. And then we're going to bend both right elbow and left knee and bring them in together and round the spine into that cat back. Squeeze, 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 and then reach them out. And you can reach your right arm where it feels most comfortable, to the side, out in front. And then once again, exhale, bring it in, round the spine, cat the back, flex that left foot, and then again, feel that energy. Reach it out, and then exhale it in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Tuck your forehead in. One more of those. Reach, reach, reach. And then exhale it in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then release the left knee and rise up onto your toes once again. And sit on them so that you get your toes extended. The fascia needs your attention, okay? That's fascia that's all throughout your body. Roll the shoulders off your wrists. Shake them out. And then let's go back into that tabletop. Yeah, wrists. So if your wrists don't like this, walk your hands more ahead of you so that they're not so much in a extension of 90 degrees. Hover the knees up off the mat. Feel that breath. Extend through the neck for 5, for 4, 3, 2. Lower the knees. Oh, yeah. Good. And now you're going to extend that right leg straight back. Feel that energy. Knit that belly button in and cross it over to the left. Press the floor away. So I'm going to bring my hands back underneath my shoulders. I prefer that. So feel that energy, knit the belly button in, and then start to arrange yourself in that twist. I know I forgot the down dog on this side, but that's okay. We'll get into it. It doesn't matter which way we do it. We did as long as we do it. So you're going to tuck that tailbone down. Tuck it down and find that twist. Oh, I just cracked my spine. And then open up. So you're opening up through the rib cage. Wow. Lengthen that tailbone down. Yeah, right there. So let's release the left hand back down. Hover the right knee off the, that's the left knee off the mat. And then lift the hips up. There you go. See? Now lift the heels and bend your knees and wag your bum around. Just wag it around. Wag it around. Get all kinds of stuff going on in there, don't you? Fantastical. And then on your next in-breath, bring your shoulders back over your wrists. Hover the left knee and then lower it gently. And then extending that right leg straight back. Knit that belly button in. You've got it. And then reaching out through the left arm and notice your balance by knitting that belly button in. You're getting into that little groove there. And then we're going to bend and bring that right knee and that left elbow together and squeeze it in as you exhale fully. Inhale it out. And again, that left arm could go forward. It could go out to the side. It could go behind you if it feels better. And you're exhaling and bringing it in for another 4 more of these at your own pace. So don't have to go at my pace. You're just really playing in the tapestry of finding out what it is that you need to curl in, to expand, and feel your spine. I like to tuck in so tightly and feel that, right? Find your balance. I'm going to do 1 more, equally dividing both sides, and then releasing that left hand and that right knee and sitting back onto your toes and go, oh, there we go. Playing. Once again, shake up those wrists before we get onto the wrists, and then come back onto your mat with your hands tabletop. This time you're going to extend your left leg straight back through the balls of the foot and the right leg up in plank. So lengthen your tailbone, knit that belly button, and extend through the crown of the head, and just play back and forth, wrists and heels and ankles, back and forth. And then we're going to lift those hips up skyward. Reassess your feet so you feel comfortable in your down dog. Again, some of you need to move your shoulders more forward. Feel what you're feeling there, and oh, there it is. Rock and roll. Let's take the feet off the mat, wider than your mat, so that they're really wide and you feel comfortable. Because now you're going to pick up the left arm and wave around in towards your right hip. Bend your right knee a lot, and then open up. Open up. Find that twist, lengthen through the crown of the head. And then immediately release the left hand, bend into the left knee, and reach up through the right arm. Oh, there it is. So we're finding twists today through the thoracic spine. Move your neck around, and then exhale, release the right hand. Slowly bring your knees to the mat. Big toes to touch. Plant or flex your feet. Sink back into a child's pose, but bring your elbows out in front of you. Hands together in Anjali Mudra. Tuck your head down and let your arms reach back behind you. Beautiful. So again, if flexion of your arms, this is flexion of your arms, doesn't feel good, you could take your arms back behind you and you could put a cheek to the mat, and or you could take your yoga block, a softer one would be nice, and use that for your neck, for your head, so that your neck still stays neutral, so it's not cranked sideways. You want to be very cautious of your neck. A couple more breaths here. Wagging the tail, feeling what you're feeling. Shoulder girdle gets a lot of movement in the day. When you're ready, we're going to rise back up, come into your tabletop, and this time we're going to play in a twist lower to the ground. So let's sit back through towards the heels with your toes curled under, and take that right arm up once again. But this time we're going to take the right arm under the tummy and take that right elbow right at the left wrist. I say this in studio practice all the time, and I still don't see people do it. So your right elbow touches the left wrist, and then come up onto your left finger pads so that your left index or pinky finger and thumb touch your elbow crease. Reassess your knees forward. Lean into your back of your right shoulder. Lift your face up and your head up, and turn your head. It's a big twist for your thoracic spine. And land somewhere on the back side of your head so the neck stays as neutral as you can. Roll the left shoulder back. Feel that twist. You're leaning into the right shoulder blade. Some of you are able to scrub the left toes straight back and like protract with the left toes. And this is an advanced pose, so don't feel you necessarily have to do it. This is for recovery. Some of you can hold the outer edge of your right foot or your left foot with your right hand and twist even more, and then take that arm up. I highly suggest you do what you can do, because this is middle thoracic spine that gets a twist. If you need to keep that hand, that left hand on the mat, and you need to keep that left leg back, and then just even playing getting in the back of the skull to the floor, that's enough. 2 more breaths. You can close your eyes, feel what you're feeling, keep those toes down. And then delightfully in breath, out breath, come all the way out. Reassess, a little cat-cow. Beautiful. And then let's take it to the other side. So I like to just lean back a little bit more into, actually, this isn't the other side. So reach up your right arm and just wander around a little bit, because we just did that side. Good. Let's do the left side. Open up through the left. I like to sit back. It gives me more space to move through here. Then take that left elbow to match at your right wrist. Lean into the back of that left shoulder. Come up onto your right finger pads. Lean into it, back of the skull. Open up that chest. That right arm does not have to come up. Some of you need to keep it there to support your neck. Okay, adjust your knees so that you can get into this twist and that your head lands somewhere behind the ear. Again, you can protract the right arm straight back all the way to, make sure that bolster's not in the way, and grab a hold of your foot and go deeper for those that are in that practice. And you can move that arm wherever it feels most delightful. So the practice is yours. It always has been, always will be. I'm here to guide you.
And when you're ready, after those next 2 breaths, to wherever you are securely feeling, oh, there, right in the center of the back. And then slowly exhale, come out. And if you want, you can wave that left arm up again. Oh, and then release. Feel your neck now. If you don't, you will after this one. So now taking your yoga block, place it out in front of you. We're going to frame the block with the index finger and thumb. Literally wrap your index finger and thumb around the block. Walk your knees further back and let your elbows come down. And then sink your hips back and then bring your hips forward, shoulders over your elbows, and then lift the knees up. Let your head hang, lift your heels and bend your knees, and just give yourself a nice little gentle bounce towards your thighs. Again, if your shoulders do not like flexion, you'll be more over here, but keep your hips rising and gently ride your chest towards your thighs. Let your head go to your best ability. That's where I think most of us are stuck, in the anterior shoulders, the throat chakra. Tone that belly button in, lift your heels high, you can bend your knees, and play with your shoulder joint, your rotator cuff, without forcing it. Good, you can even waddle your hips around, and then slowly exhale, shins to mat, rise up onto those shins, take a breather, and go. Feel all of that loveliness, okay? So yes, a lot of shoulder work today. Remember, therapy does take your courage, your bravery, your strength, and your commitment to dedicate to it and to ask questions. And if something doesn't work for you, you got to do it differently, okay? Augmentations are important. You can always email me. Take your hands as wide as your yoga mat, once again, tabletop, and let's hover those knees again and find your downward facing dog. Walk your feet as wide as your mat, then off your mat so your feet are really wide and you feel good, and you can hold yourself, because now you're going to take the left arm up, open up that chest, and then take that left arm under the tummy to the outside of your right heel to your best ability. I know a lot of you will struggle with this one. No need to struggle. Just really do your best to get that left arm all the way over towards the right side somewhere. Sometimes you're just touching the floor, but if you could grab some part of that left leg, so your legs aren't too wide, right, or your right leg, your legs aren't too wide, you want to be able to grab it, and then cat your back out. Tone the belly button in, let your head go, and then externally rotate your right arm so your chest stays broad. So that right arm is externally rotating. Your elbow crease is facing the index finger and thumb. Good. Release the left hand immediately. Press into the left hand. Tone that belly button in. Lift those hips skyward. And then take your right arm and move it towards the left. So you can even just stay in this posture and play with the twist. Your inner thighs will feel it perhaps. Bend and extending the knees. If you're able to grab the back of your heel, back of your calf, back of your knee crease, awesome. Or just reach that right arm through as much as you can. Feel the twist, tuck your head underneath the left arm, but you're externally rotating that upper left arm so the elbow crease is facing the index finger and thumb. That's a big part of it, okay? Breathe, breathe, breathe. Notice what you notice. Love, love, love. Hallelujah. If you're holding your heel, cat your back out, round your spine. Oh, it's a good one. And then exhale, release the right hand, knees to the mat. Come to sit on your shins, fix all of your stuff. And then for the final part, we're just going to come and sit on our bolster. So twist around off the shoulders now, finally, right? But let's do this. I just like to put my shins on there. Take your right shin out in front. We began with the left. Right shin out in front. Open up your arms. Play with them a little bit. Roll it around. You are free. This is about expressing heart chakra and moving all the energy down into the lower lobes of your lungs. Take your right arm out in front, the left arm on top. Hug yourself. Give yourself a hug. So see if you can grab your shoulder blades and then just tilt yourself back just enough. Keep your chin down though. So you're arcing your back backwards and then rounding it forwards. Oh, exhale in. Inhale, arc it back. Just feel your spine. You've got it. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, take it back. And then exhale, come to neutral. Open up your forearms, okay? This is where sometimes you need a strap, because a lot of you need to hold a strap in order to pull these arms closer together and walk your hands on your strap. Where's my strap? Some of you are able to take your right hand to your left hand and bring yourself into the eagle arms. Up to you. I'm just going to grab that strap. And that's really important to have everything around your mat so that it's easy to access, right? So which way were we going? So technically you're pulling that strap taut if you're holding the strap, okay? and you're getting those shoulder blades. Lots of work going on in there. Again, if the left hand confused to your right hand, elevate your elbows and press your forearms forward. So I'll give you a little sideways profile. So the elbows come up and you're pressing your forearms forward. That really gets your rhomboids, your teres major minor, your sits muscles on your shoulder scapula. Exhale, release those arms. Shazam them. Shazam. Then take your left arm forward, right arm on top. See, left arm forward, right arm on top, and then hug yourself. Once again, you are playing in the flexion as you exhale and the extension. So I'll give you a sideways profile. So you're flexing and you're extending the spine. Feel that? Check that out. So go slow. So you're exhaling in the lumbar spine. You can tuck your face in, and you're inhaling and you're arcing your back. You got it. Good. Oh, you feel all that rib cage right where the lungs hit the diaphragm. Good. And then on your next breath, you're going to open up the arms just like that. And this is where some of you may need to use a yoga strap, equally dividing that yoga strap in your thumb and index finger and pulling it taut. Some of you are able to take your left hand to your right hand. That's it. And give yourself that playfulness in your shoulders. So it doesn't have to be static. A lot of people just keep it in the sternum. I'm going to offer that you lift up and press away. Lift up and press away. Feel that shoulder stuff we've been working on. Fantastical. Okay. When you're ready to exhale, release. There you go. There you go. That's it. Take a moment just to feel all that shoulder energy that we just participated in. And then from there, that is it. Take it easy. Go slow. Do what you can do. Rewind this, do it over again if you want to, but less is more. Pay attention. See if you can do something every day for at least 20 minutes. Let us bring our hands together in Anjali Mudra. Thank ourselves for being on the mat today, for breathing fully into the lungs, for moving the shoulders, getting into the neck, feeling the abdominals. From my light to your light, yoga is the option we all have. Om Namah Shivaya. Keep on belly breathing. Stop and get off the hamster wheel, and every day give yourself permission to stop and breathe into the fullness of your diaphragm. If you have any questions or concerns, email me. I'm here for you. Namaste. Until the next episodes. You've got this.